Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in to What's the Buzz. I'm your host, B. Silva. So, the last few shows, I normally started off by talking about COVID 19. However, today I wanted to take a break from current events and to focus on mental health because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Since 1949, the month of May has been observed by Mental Health Month in the United States, and many organizations spotlight Mental Health Month to raise awareness about the importance of the issue. Mental health is just such a crucial thing that we need to put a spotlight on. We need to stop the stigma, provide support, educate the public, and advocate for policies that support people with mental illnesses and their family. Like I said, now more than ever before, it's important for the mental health community to come together and to show that no one should ever feel left alone. The You're Not Alone campaign builds connections and increases awareness with the digital tools that make connection possible during an era of physical distancing. And although we are living in times of uncertainty, the National Alliance on Mental Illness Community is committed to being there, reminding everyone that you are not alone. So I wanted to bring on a special guest today. Her name is Evelyn, and she is a recent grad from Florida Atlantic University, and she also does graphic design for the Brooklyn Cafe Show. And I think she's going to shed some really good light onto how to stay sane and what to do, especially when you're feeling down in quarantine.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be back on. Um, so I've been dealing with this quarantine a bit different. I've had my highs and lows. I feel like that's how everyone's been feeling lately. Something that's been helping me a lot is doing yoga in the morning. So right when I get up, I'll do some yoga and then I'll meditate. I've been continuing. The Deepak Chopra's meditation guided meditation. So I'll just like randomly put whichever and then just like yeah, practice that pretty much. But that's been keeping me sane, but in all reality, it's like a weird time. So I just try my best to keep my mental health better.
That's so true. I know me and Ev, we known each other for, it's been almost a year now. The last two semesters, we were taking classes back to back. We took a lot of similar classes, and we also interned with the same company, AMP Media Productions, with the Brooklyn Cafe Show. And so me and Ev, we literally, I think our schedules were like so wild. We would have class and then
It was
work and
so
then our
hectic.
yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Like we had no
the
time for ourselves.
no time for ourselves. And I feel like we didn't realize that until, or at least I didn't realize that until Corona, the pandemic hit. And I had all this time just to, reflect on myself and to do things I wouldn't normally do. For example, like running. I am the kind of gal that did the 20-minute mile in middle school. I literally would walk. I wasn't about it, but I
Mhm.
recently started running, and not for exercise, but also for clarity. I didn't, it's the most peaceful experience. And after a run, I just feel so, I'm thinking, I'm listening to music, I'm practicing my breathing, and I just feel a huge relief off my shoulders. So I definitely suggest that to anybody who is feeling a little bit stir crazy in your house. Go for a walk, go for a run, get that vitamin D, get that sun on your skin. I think it's going to do a lot of good. But Ev, what other things do you, other than meditation, is there any other is there a certain type of music you like to listen to, or even like a show you like to
Oh, I
binge just to get
listen.
some things?
Okay, so I mean, I listen to music every day. I don't think I go a day without listening to music. Um, so that always uplifts my mood. What else? Um, oh yeah, I've been watching shows, but I have like this bad trait that when I start a show, I can't stop watching it. So this is why I don't watch
Ew.
shows. Like I avoid them at all costs because I'm such a binge watcher. Like I can't stop myself from not watching. So right now I'm watching Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh.
Um, I think last month I was watching some Spanish show. It called Elite. It's on Netflix. But now I'm watching
Oh,
Avatar: The Last
yeah.
Airbender just because I've always wanted to watch it since I was little, and now that's available. I was just like, why not try? Um,
I
and
hear it's
lately I
really
can
good.
relate to this show. It's really good. It's
Oh,
pretty like
really?
woke, I guess you could say.
That the Last Airbender?
Yeah, it's like a cartoon show. It's really old. It came out in like 2007. Um, it was on Nickelodeon, and I don't know. I always wanted to watch it when I was little, but I never like got into it because it was always random episodes they would put on. And now that I get to watch it from the beginning, it's like I'm really liking it.
But how is it like relatable? Is it like relatable towards like times that we're living in now, or just like your personal life?
Relatable, it just talks about like mind, body, and spirit. Oh, my lighting got really like
Oh,
bright. Sorry.
no, that's okay.
Can Okay, so yeah, it relates a lot about mind, body, and spirit. And I don't know, it's like an easy thing to watch. It's not too much. I like the little cartoons. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I feel like a little girl again.
I know I like heard a lot of people like rave about it, and I remember like vaguely seeing it on Nickelodeon, but I didn't know it was that like spiritual or like in depth. So that's actually really cool. I want
Yeah, no, me
to.
neither. Like,
I also wanted to see how, because we also, so not only did we have classes together the last 2 semesters, but we also are 2020 graduates. So congratulations on your graduation. I know we didn't walk, but we still earned our diploma.
thank
So
you.
how has that been?
Yeah.
Like, how did you cope with not being able to walk or attend the ceremony?
I mean, it was a little disappointing, um, just because, we worked really hard and walking kind of like, gives signifies that we've accomplished it all. And school is not easy for everyone, it's stressful, but we accomplished that. So I was a little like sad that I couldn't walk, but I think FAU is gonna let us walk some other time. So that kind of like uplifted me again because I know other schools they did virtual. Um,
Yeah.
but for us, I think we're gonna get postponed for another time. So I'm excited for that. But other than that, I was happy I did get some graduation photos before then. So
Yes.
I was able to
All
post
those.
those up. Yeah. How are
Will
you
you
dealing
can
with life after graduation?
it was it was definitely I was really disappointed about the ceremony only because like you said, like we worked so hard and especially like this degree meant a little bit more to me than my previous one just because I went back to school 2 years ago and the degree that I got it wasn't like my heart and soul but this one I just felt like this like connection to multimedia journalism and so it's just like I felt like that was my trophy or like that's like my reward and then to not get it
Yeah.
was like I was like wait what the heck I just you know, I took a chance and I went back to school for 2 years. I feel like I need some closure or some, like a pat on the back. But I did. I know,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna get it. The only thing I am scared about is like we don't know where we're gonna be next year. Like Ev, you were talking about applying to New York City or moving abroad. Like, what if you're like the chances of us being in Florida a year from now, I'm not sure. I'm not too confident on it, just because me and you both were open to taking risks and taking opportunities and wherever they take us. But maybe I'll take a flight back to walk
Yeah.
down the stage.
Yeah, well, that's true. Like it's undetermined right now. So we'll see. Honestly, if it's like postponed to spring next year, I probably won't walk. They're gonna send us our diploma either way, but it's so weird how fast this all happened. It feels like a blur almost. Like I can't believe I'm done with school. I
Right.
feel like I almost feel like this is gonna be over and I have to go back to school. And I'm like, no, wait,
Yes,
like I actually
no.
graduated, like I'm done.
Seriously, I feel like that we're like on like a weird spring break, or that I'm like taking the
Yeah.
summer off. So that kind of leads me to say, like, are you like, since you're kind of already in the student mentality, are you interested in getting your master's degree or even doing like another course?
My master's, no. I was thinking about it just because I know I'm so used to the student life. I don't know anything other than that, but I do want to take a year or two to just like now I have all this free time for myself. Like now I'm not at school anymore. Like I was gonna continue pursuing my degree and applying to jobs, but I'm still like it's all so weird right now. Like I've applied to some, but I haven't heard back due to the pandemic, and I don't even know if I want to work remote. So I'm looking into doing something different, like taking a different route. Actually, last night I was looking into getting my is it TELF? I think it's called certification to teach abroad, teach
Oh
English
my God, that's
English
so
abroad.
cool.
Yeah, but we'll see what
That was
happens because I mean, like with this Corona thing, which but I was just looking
well.
into that. I still want to like move abroad.
Do you remember Jenny? I think she was in our digital media class with Professor
Yeah,
DeWolf.
she was in London.
Yes, no,
Hmm.
she moved to England. She lives in Newcastle.
What?
Yes.
That's
And
amazing.
she's
She
there right
officially
now during,
moved.
yeah, she's there right now during the pandemic. Or she moved like a little bit before the pandemic or something. Yes. And I just thought that was like super
But like I
courageous
thought
of
she
her.
was doing it abroad. So she officially like
Yeah.
moved there?
Oh no, she's doing her program there, but she's going to be living there for like she said like 6 months or something. So not
Oh
moved
wow.
permanently, but she's living there currently. I know,
Okay.
but isn't that
I mean,
so
I
crazy? So
permanently want to move for a year.
yes, and I think you should. I feel like myself, like since we're in like different stages of our life, when I was your age, I was where you're at. Because it's so crazy. We were talking about it last night. I cannot believe, I know we're not supposed to like, or ladies, what is the stigma? Like women can't say their age. I'm turning 26 next year. And that is just like the most wild thing
Yeah,
to
but you
me.
don't look 26. That's the thing.
Ah, thank you. But when I went back to school when I was 23 because I just literally, like I said, I was stuck in this like 9 to 5 job. It wasn't my soul. And so sometimes you have to take this random risk. And I honestly, it's the best thing I've ever done, even though I had to like go back to waitressing and just like doing these like not so easy jobs, but that's what fit around my schedule. And so sometimes you really have to you have to take a couple steps back before you move forward. And a lot of people I think are
But
scared
I don't think
to.
it's, yeah. Like I think you at the end of the day was very brave and just knew what you wanted to do. And I think that encourages others to think they want to do, no matter like what age or like what other different things they did in their lives. Like I thought I wanted to continue pursuing journalism, but then I'm like right now in the woods of like wanting to start my own business and like all these things I want to do now. And it's like at first I thought I needed to do what I was expected of me. Like after getting my degree, I had to get a job and like work 9 to 5 and all this. And now I'm just like, wait, but like I don't want to pursue that. Like I'm gonna pursue what actually like fills me up, like what fills my soul and what makes me happy. And that's exactly what you did. You brought it upon yourself to get your degree in journalism, and look at you now, like striving, and you're so good at it. And
You're
yeah.
so sweet. You said something that really like stuck to me yesterday. I hopefully you can touch a little bit more about it, but you were like, B, you need to write down your aspirations and like put it into the universe. And I was like, oh my gosh, Ev, like, yes,
Oh
I
yeah.
never thought of, can you talk a little bit more
Okay,
about that? Or
so yes. Well, that is manifesting. I've learned that whatever you write and like you truly like believe it when you write it, it comes true. I've kind of been practicing it when I was little. I remember I wanted like a bunch of pair of shoes I couldn't afford, and so I wrote them down. And eventually, like the universe gave it to me at different time periods. So then that was like the first time I noticed that I was like, wow, like anything I write can actually become reality. So,
wow.
I've been practicing that a little. Usually, you just really have to believe it and then let it go. And you have to speak like as if you already have it. You know, like you say, like, I am moving to New York, for example, and you just say it like you believe it, like it's already happening. Eventually, it'll happen in different like ways the universe will give it to you. But
Love
I
that.
do have a good testimony on it. My coworker, was trying to get pregnant for 6 years. She
Oh
tried
my
to get pregnant, she just
God.
couldn't do it. So her and I found out about the 5 times 5 method, about 5 times 5 manifesting method. So you write 50 times for 5 days what you want. Okay, it's like one thing. You say, I am thankful. So she wrote, I am thankful for my baby boy. And she wrote it
Aw.
50 times for five
Oh,
days,
that gives me
consecutive days.
chills.
And you won't believe the miracle that it was that she got pregnant. And it was crazy because the doctors kept saying that she couldn't get pregnant, like she had a miss. It was just like a lot. And so I honestly couldn't believe it. And then I was like, wow, like it's
Mm.
real. Like, you know, whatever you put out, it can be given to you. You just have to believe in it. And
That
it's like
reminds me
law
of
of
this.
attractive
Yeah,
attraction and all that.
I love that. And when you were saying that, that reminds me of like a quote that out of one of my favorite books, and I was trying to find it while you talked, and so I found it. And it's a book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and it says, "And when you
Yeah.
want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it." And it just that just
Yeah.
like I when you were talking about it, I kind of just got like a chill, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it's I believe it. And I feel like if you really truly crave something so much and you obsess over it and it becomes your passion, I feel like that's, deep down in your heart that you're going down the right track of your life. And I feel
Yeah.
like that makes
Like you
it
just
a little
follow
bit
what your
easier.
heart tells you.
Yeah. No,
At
that's so
times it
true.
can be hard. I also believe like a lot of it, like life is just very different right now. With like social media and just like overall life is just like different than it was back then. So, we're consumed with so much more and this idea of like success and like all this and like I feel like in our society it makes us think like we need to achieve something of success to feel happy, but like happiness is whatever you think is like right for you. Um, and so yeah,
That's so
like achieving anything you want, it's like you know in your heart that it's right for you, that it's like not to impress others or just like anything. It's just your happiness at the end of the day. That's your success.
And I wanted to see if you're not, I kind of want to go back to it. You said that like, you like journalism, but that's not really your heart and soul. What is something that you're super passionate about? Like where do you see yourself in the next, whatever, the near
Okay,
future?
so I have in the near future, well, right now I'm kind of working on creating my own business. Um, and I've always been into fashion and all that. And that's actually something I wanted to pursue when I was younger. I was going to go to fashion school in New York, but I couldn't afford it. So I took a different route. And I am thankful for studying journalism and at FAU because besides journalism, I learned so much more about multimedia. a little bit of marketing, and then I kind of found some other thing, like another thing I'm good at and passionate about is like graphic design.
Yes,
So I'm
it's
still
so
like
you.
in the workings because like there's so many things I like and I can like, so many creative things I like to do, but right now I do want to like pursue my business,
And what
but
would
we'll
your
see
business
how that
be?
goes. Okay, so I didn't really want to like talk about that, but I want to create
A
a
little
bathing
hint.
suit line. I want to create my own.
Ooh.
Yeah. But besides the bathing suit line, I'm also
Yeah.
working on just natural oils as well and educating the public about like taking care of their skin. I also want to be an advocate for like skin cancer and all that. So it would be like a different kind of bathing suit company. And then I'm also into natural oils and essential oils. So right now I'm taking a herbalist course,
Oh,
and getting a
wow. Is
diploma
there
kind of in that, a certification in that.
is there any oils that are out there that can help with like anxiety or anything with like calming the nerves, especially for mental health?
Yes. So for that, I always recommend essential oils. They're like tiny little bottles. I don't, I would have to get up to get some, but always go for like lavender or eucalyptus or even tea tree oil. Like dab a little. Sometimes I like to put it here in my temples or in the back of my neck or just like smell it. Having a diffuser is also so essential to just like calm yourself down. I'll sometimes put my diffuser on at night and just like listen to the water and like the smell of the essential oils.
That sounds
And
really
yeah,
nice. Oh my goodness, but our show is coming to an end. The time flies when you're having fun and you're talking about things that you
I
love. So,
know.
Ev, thank you so much for being on the show today. Everyone, I will be back on Friday at 11 o'clock. So, thank you guys for tuning in and make sure to
Thank
take
you for
care of your.
having me, B.
Yes, of course. Oh, before we
Take care,
leave,
everyone. Bye.
Ev, did you want to give out your social media information?
Okay, yes, you can follow me on at Bermudez at the end with Z on Instagram, or you can check out my website at bermudez.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Ev. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, B. Bye.